Scheming or thinking. Scheming or thinking. Thinking. If you can think, you can scheme. If you can think, you can scheme. Who's here tonight, this afternoon? Which part of the world are you from? Would you believe? Do you have the imagination? Can you perceive? Can you create within your own mind? Those are your thoughts. They are what they are, and they are real. So if they are real, whatever you are thinking is real. Does it need to be categorized? Oh, I'm thinking crazy. What is the crazy thought you have? Do you think you can jump 20 feet into the air? Well, if you use the right equipment, you might be able to. But just like that, we don't know. I don't know. I've never seen anybody do it. Although I've seen people do a lot of like really different things. A lot of different things. I like to talk about numbers. I like to study numbers. I like to look at the alphabet. I like to look at geometric shapes. I like games. I like words. I like combinations of words, sayings, things people repeat. I like colors, colors that you mix. What you can do with colors, usually most people will know as a child of the creator, it's a paintbrush. But when I was in kindergarten, my paintbrush had 4-in-1 whistle, right? I can't, you know, when you're drawing a line, if you put your hands down like this, look the way the line is going. How would you actually be able to drag your hand straight, right? Can you drag your hand straight if you're moving exactly? But if you did this with your hands, right? If you did this like with your hands, what's going to happen to the lines on your fingers? If we are part of the extension of creation, then everything will work itself back into and intertwined into the same thing of creation, or it will be like creation, oil and water, for example. No oxygen and fire, for example. I only know words that I hear. I can see games. I don't know how to play. I see that in the game there are some dice cubes, and they call them a die. And at the end of life, I just died. Died. So what does it mean? ED. What is the ending now? ED. Look, I died. No, you can't say that. I'm dying. So I'm dying as you're on your way, right? Died. Dye a shirt. I'm going to dye a shirt. I dyed my shirt. So I'm going to die. I'm dying. I'm going to die. To die. Now there's only one die. There were two dies. Now you dislocated from the other die. And in the game of backgammon, which is the game of 66666, because you can roll 2 dice, and the minute you get 2 sixes, you have 4 sixes. You have 4 individual sixes for a total of 24. Backgammon, when you roll doubles, you get to move 4 times. 2 equals 2, 4. It is your gateway. You're moving in both worlds. And so and behold, I just rolled number 33. So why is backgammon 666? Because in each zone, there are 6 territories in each zone. And to get to your zone, when you get to your zone, in order to get out of the first zone, you roll a 6. Now you're in zone 2. You get another 6. You're in zone 3. You roll another, you get, sorry, doubles, 4 6s put you from zone 1 into zone 2 with the first 6, into zone 3 with the second 6, into the home zone. You enter the 4th zone, which is your home in backgammon. Inside the game of backgammon. So the backgammon game, let's say, would be like that. And then these halfway points would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then 1 goes this way. So I end up here on the first 6. I end up here on the second 6. I end up here on the third 6. Here's first. Here's second, here's third, and on the 4th 6, I take TO, take off token, or chip. There you go. That'd be a chip off the old block, eh? Chip off the old block. Take the chip out, unplug them. Life is over, but it only just began because you're no longer here. Oh my God, he is a DEAD because he said he was dying. I don't know, if I was dying, I'd be changing my colors too, because you're dyeing a shirt. So if you're going to dye your shirt, tie dye. So now you got to go tie, dye, and was it a shirt? Okay, what were they tie dyeing? So you have 20. Oh my God, 27 and 28 equals 55 plus 20. The word shirt equals to 75, which is DC, which is the moon, which is your gateway to both. What is the connection to male and female? 7 and 5. It is your first connection. But in creating 7 and 5, we have to understand the basics of numbers. 8 plus 8 equals to 16. 1 plus 6 equals to 7. The next way, 9 plus 7 equals to 16, and we have the same result. So we have to play these two equations. One of them is 64, the other one is 63. 9 times 7, 63. 8 times 8, 64. This one, okay, is going to represent 3 cubes. And I'm still working with 21 per cube, and it's the dot, right? I'm not going to say dots because now you're talking about all the combinations, AI. So we have this. We talked about backgammon. The 4th one, which is the mirror, is it comes off the board. Home equals to 23, 36, 41. And so does king equal to 41. So they matched us on Earth with 41 for king, 41 for home. There's a bunch of other, oh yes, the word 7 is 65, okay, but the mathematics of 30 and 11 equals to 41. So they're replicating on different levels, okay, in creation, the 4 months of creation, 120 days. This would be the pole. And again, every time I see the unicorn is Mars. We are no further away from Mars than we are from Earth. Somehow, somewhere, and definitely in the numbers, we are as close to Mars as sitting in the chair. The reason I say it this way is because Mars is part of the game. It is a direct link, whether we're connected through the spirit, through the air we breathe, through the water we drink, whichever way it is. And it's also been bestowed upon us in the arms. Arms, yeah, ARMS, MARS. Arms and Mars, the same thing. So when you see the statue of arms, you're actually talking about what is Mars, numeric evaluation, area 51, to what is Heinz, H-I-N-Z. H-I-N-Z. And what is ironic is that the numeric total value of H-I-N-Z H8, I value 9, N value 14, Z value 26. Okay, I always like to look at N something like this, right? So this is telling me something like in a Roman numeral, it's on, it's off, you know, if it's, or it actually, or it can be like this. One of them is like on and the other one is like off. But sometimes we also might see it as like and then sometimes they'll put that in the center. But the reality of this is actually the letter N, and then the letter Z, and then over here it is the letter Z, and then the letter N. Right? Right? Is that right? Let me see. So we go up here, we come down here, we go up here. Then I connected it together that I come over here, I go through this line, and I come over here. And then on this one over here, I went on this line, I went over here, and I go over here. And then on this line over here, I went on this line, and went on this line, and went on this line. And the total of these two is 5228. And if I'm looking at the piano, I'm looking at the 24th key, which is center C. If I do it this way, it's 4040. What is it that connects these corners over here? What happens when it connects that corner over there? I don't know. I'm not really sure. Not really sure what to do, how this whole thing would fit together. Something has to be the reason. There's a reason for the Z. Do I need the tops? Or can I just put a V here and a V here and start taking this away? When I put this V here, it's V minus 1. Right? So I'm just thinking of a few things with that. There is nobody here yet, and I'm going to be taking, it's 13 minutes, 25 seconds. I will be taking a break till the 15-minute mark. Maybe somebody will show up more interesting for me. It says 8 watching. I just like to let everybody know that, whoop, 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 whoop. Whoa, hold on a second. I'm trying to take a break, but I'm trying to set up this, whoa. Oh man, it'd be nice to work with a computer tech. Oh, that would be fun. Okay, yes, so it says 8 people watching. Odyssey seems to say that all the time. And no one ever says a word except Mr. Art Cult Trap, Rat Trap. One second, I'm looking for something. 2:55, right? Maybe that's why I started a little bit early, right? I am trying to. I'm trying to find where I am. Okay, I lost myself. I'm taking a break until the 16-minute mark. If you just showed up here, I started, and I really like what I started with. If you want, I can repeat, but I know those who are already here might not want to hear it. But you know what? It's always a smorgasbord when you show up to this channel. Hop right in, because I do know what I'm talking about, and I do believe in what I'm doing, because I look back at 18 years, actually 17 years. Let's not jump ahead of the gun, right? You know why? 375, creation in the moon, 225, the angle of our creation. 225 degrees by 135 degrees for 360 degrees. And in between 225, 216, which is the area of the moon, and 234, which is part of which is our vibration, equals to the 18 degrees that is taken up by like that arm of the clock. The grandfather clock is taken up 18 degrees on the ball and always connected. And what is the degrees of the tilt when the grandfather clock is moving? We have to understand the machine, the pinball machine, so it doesn't tilt. So it's always got to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be back, just going to get something to drink in the kitchen. It's the 2-minute break here. Maybe warm up some coffee. Yes, so if we could, you know what happened here? The person who took me, I'm being evicted, and they lied to the judge, and they didn't want to hear the stenograph I had printed out, which was telling me that you can stay here, give me more money. 2 weeks later, I get an eviction notice because I didn't accept. See, I didn't accept the no more money. Boom, I'm getting evicted. All of a sudden, I can stay. There weren't any lockers. Now, 2 weeks later, there are lockers, right? How does that happen? This week, there's no lockers. Next week, there is lockers. Okay, it's a flagrancy. And buy the building. I'm going to tell you right now, if you buy the building, it's your building. I don't want, you know what? I'll pay my rent. I just want to live here. Pay my rent. I'm not looking for any freebies. Just buy the place. I can tell you right now, I believe that the value of everything is at least 50% over the value it is. And I also believe that next year, the value of everything, even what's monetary, is going to plummet, and nothing's going to have the same value anymore. But everything's going to start to find an equilibrium. So where it doesn't matter how much you have. No matter how much you have, you're going to have twice as much. Doesn't matter the number. Whatever you have left over at the end, if you have zero, you'll have more. And whatever you have, you'll have twice. And however you want to spend it, you have to understand we're going to be living under a new vibration. The multimedia of the STS world that we presently live in right now is a signal testing system. How far off from mainframe have we gone before we can no longer filtrate? How old is our CPU that we can no longer see the what some say is the spirit disconnect in AM, which is put it together. It's called scam. They scammed us. They scammed our motherboard. They scammed us because we can no longer read. We can no longer read with inside of us to know the true vibration of things that are going on, because we have been sold over time to, if I tell you number one is number one, you might think that when you hear number one, it's really number one. I'm going to get a drink and I'll tell you about that one who won was first. That one who won was first. Place your bets. That's second. Everybody, welcome to the show. And that's third. So you're welcome to the show. You come in third. You take what's your good money, but it gets put second for the place bet, only so that if you should win, you get to cash out. CO 3 and 15, creation of the gateway, of the creation gateway. Let me explain that after. It's actually, really and truthfully, C is actually creation of K. Okay, creation of K. There's a reason for that. Why does CK come together? Why does the K sound like the C? Ask yourself that question, because the math, C is the third letter in the alphabet. K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. 11 is 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, equals to 2 plus 1, or 1 plus 2, equals to 3. Now we have something to work with. The reverse alphabet of 3, C, is X. The split alphabet of, excuse me, yes, that's the reverse alphabet. The split alphabet is always going to be 13.5, but the C house is implicated on what is 12, the letter L, which is the reverse of O. The K letter, which is the 11th letter, reverse, which is the P letter, where the mathematics equals to 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 2. So now you have the 12th letter, which is the letter L. The reverse of the letter L is the letter O. You now have the 15th letter involved. The mathematics of this letter, 2 plus 1 equals to 3, you now have the C house. You now have the C house, right? But for me, I don't know what you can see or if you're riding the C. So if you're riding the C, would you be riding the wave? The wave could be the crowd, and it could be either like that and then like that, but that part would be called the bleach house, the White House. The reason for that, because in baseball, right, you sit in the bleachers. I don't know how to spell it, so I'm just going to put it out like that. So this is what we're coming down to right now. There's a whole story going on, and all I started was the letters K. So if your K is your first creation, the house of K comes at the beginning at B, and then it comes out all the way to what is T. And this is 0 second letter, the 11th letter, and the 20th letter. 021120. November 2020, 202, 2022. November. So the ending September, October, because the moons cross over into the moon starting again from October into the November moon. This is this year, 84 years. I have no big theories for this, but I will explain at one time. So we're going to continue with this C. So the C house is also the L and the U house. This is 03, 12, 21. So it's 333. Now remember the 333 house, as we have to remember what is Fox 06, 15, 24. Nines facing the cube. When you have the 3 house, you automatically have to have the DMV 04, 13, and 22. Male and female coming into the moon, 3 and 4 DC, because 12 and 13 come together. 12 and 13 come together. ML. So where am I in this whole thing with C? Okay, there's nobody here. I get to take another break. It's 24:36. I'm be taking a 1-minute break just to go finish off my coffee. I'm not sure if anybody's. Oh boy. Okay, no one says anything. Still maybe 8 currently watching. It says started a minute ago, which is not true. Okay, so whoop. Yeah, so just give me 1 minute to come back. I don't like to keep interrupting the program. Just give me 1 minute. I'm going to get my coffee in the kitchen. Remember, if somebody likes to buy themselves a building with this in it that I believe is going to make history, once we bring out that programming machine that we can institute all our spots. And I was going to tell you who won one and what was one was all about. And is one really one when one is what? What is one? If you took one plus 0, it would equal to 1. And if you multiplied it times 0, it would equal to nothing. And the reality is everything's inside and everything else is outside. And it's proven that a dice cube, right, on a dice cube, right, 1 is on the inside. On the outside, there's more than 1. It's one area space. That's all it is. It's one. You live in one house, yes. You have one room, yes. You have one bathroom, yes. You have one kitchen, yes. You have one den, yes. You have 2 chairs, yes. You have 1 table, yes. Wow, 1 table, 2 chairs, 4 legs, right? Remember that equation? 1 table. You know what's funny about a table, right? Usually, a table has 3 sides. The minimum size of a table is 3 sides. If one side was up against the wall or connected to the wall, you would have this side, and this side. But if you were up at the counter, it would have 2 sides. Because it was a counter that went in a horseshoe, it would just be another part of the counter. Okay, so where are we going to go to next? Nobody is here. Not fun. I see 8 watching. Let me go to YouTube, see what's going on YouTube. This is the best show in the house. The best show in the house. This is absolutely the best show in the house. I can tell you that right now. Something's just missing from this channel, but this is definitely, and I'm boasting about it because I am a believer. And I just lost my feed somewhere. Oh, okay, it was right here. Okay. Okay, where were we in this? In fact, right up to now, although I fooled around a little bit, I'm very happy with the certain items I have shared. Okay, right now we're going to go back to, we were talking about C, where C is created from K11. But in all actuality, okay, I want to know which way to go because this is a direct number. Where was this number coming from? Well, the number can come from like this, many areas. Okay, I'm going to get another page, I think. I should mark this down. What video is this? Day 1-8. Day 1-8 raw. Looks like sight. I wrote 8. Wow, terrible. And I was talking about, oh yeah, okay. First, I'm talking about the letter O. It's the 15th letter. 1 times 5, 1 plus 5 equals 6 equals 5. 6 plus 5 equals to 11. If I stop right there, I have 11. Now 11 is K. I got OK. I got OK. Okay, actually I have O'Keefe because this would be EEF. So I have like O'Keefe's. That's a type of beer. Okay, we're not going to get into that. All these numbers tell stories. The value of 65 goes to the word 7. The value of 56 goes to the word 3. 56 also goes to the wolf. And we can never forget the 45 fox because they're a big part of our story. So that means you're going to need the, you already have a 3, and then you have, is it the 3 little pigs? I don't remember which one. The 3 little pig, I just have to put that separately. So now you have OK. So now you got 11, right? You got K11. So you're going to go 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 equals to 2. So from here to here, these are our jumps and skips between numbers and our obligations because the math shows me which way to go. And then it tells me there's a difference. Between 11 and 15 is 12, 13, and 14. So now I know they have to play as a combination. Well, these are part of the bookends and always connected to all of them. This would be number 39. Is that what it is? 39. female, male, the queen, the king, the sun, the DNA, home, the king again. There is no 5 and 7. I'm just trying to see. This would be a total of 5, 4, and 3. Birth in the heaven's gate. 9, 4, 5. 4, 5, Fox Passage. 5, 4 through the sun. 5, 3 is electric company. 4, 3 is the divided house of DC. And this would be the female side, and this would be the male side. Mars is the male side. Earth is the female side. This will create 3 and 4 DC equaling to 7. This will create 2 and 3 equaling to 5. So the woman is in Jupiter and the male is in Uranus. Jupiter is part creator or created by. 9 times 9 equals 81. 9 plus 9 equals 18 plus 81 equals to 99. So it comes back into itself. So what created what? Is Venus the mother of Jupiter? Right? I just know that 5 and 2, right? 5 and 2. The second planet, see how wide she is? And the fifth planet, see there's a heart to it? 2 planet and the fifth planet. So this is what they call Venus, Neptune, and this is what they call Jupiter, Jupiter. And the reason for that is depends which way you move in numbers, right? So this is part of your gateway inside of this setup over here. Mathematics, it gives you 1007 equaling to the letter J equaling to the letter G. I say Jack God, but it's JG and they equal to 17 Q. If you minus it, it'd be 03C. Initials for Quebec. Inside a creation, we stand on Q. Hold on a second. Someone's at my door. Someone's at my door. Okay, I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna stop my video and come back. Okay? You coming for a little bit? Okay. I'm gonna stop it only when you get in. Is that okay? No, don't. Okay, listen. I have a visitor. I have to dislocate the camera for a minute. I'm gonna be back in exactly 2 minutes. So just give me 2 minutes. Okay. Sorry, what happened? 56. I'm sorry. Just hold on a second there. Just 1 second. I'm coming back. Okay, I'm back. I'm really sorry. My son showed up. I should have left the video going. We had a very interesting conversation. One of the conversations earlier when I began this was about backgammon and the 666 area spaces and rolling the dice and getting to move 4 different men because it's singularity and backgammon, to where what is number 1, which I mentioned earlier in the video. I would get back to what is actually number 1 and how can you actually say this is number 1. What happens with area space usage, and what words should you put forth as to what the end result is towards what the question is in a certain image. And I'm going to show you that in a minute if I can remember. So we were also talking about what 1, 1, and 1 is, and I'm going to just show you right now that this has a 1, and this has a 1, and this has a 1. There are no other ones. Every other what you see is 2s. There's 1s and there's 2s, and that's all there is. It's 2 and 2. And I have to understand myself this one here because there's 2 in between when all other 2s are crisscross. So if it's 2, 2, and 2, my question would be, if we were talking dollars and cents and I had 3 numbers, I'd have 2, 2, or just 2 numbers would be 22 cents. The third number would say 222. So that's on the other side of the decimal, showing me that I have 222 pennies. And that, if it was in time, right, it would be 3 minutes and 42 seconds. 3 minutes, 42 seconds is, 342 seconds is 2 minutes. Hold on a second. 3 minutes and 42 seconds is 222. Okay, the number 222, okay, is in seconds. Okay, which equals, okay, it equals, I'm going to show you this in a minute. Okay, which equals to 180, or 3 times 60, okay, plus 42, equaling to 222. Okay, I'm gonna show you this little math over here. When I multiply, and this over here, let me see if I can do this. $342 divided by 18 equals to 19. This game, or whatever we're in right now, labyrinth, these two come together. It's the R and the S. It becomes what is the sun and the moon. 3 times 18, 54. 3 by 19, 57. You total them out, it equals to 111. The center of the roulette board, okay, is between the numbers 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, equaling to a total what is 60 and what is 51. What is in between it? 54 and 57. To coming in through N and going out through W. W and N. Reverse M, reverse D. MD, like medical doctor, I don't know. So let me move this aside, move this aside, move this aside, move this aside. Hold on a second. Okay. So where am I over here? Where am I over here? We did this. We did this. I showed you what was in between over here. It's 111. There's other achievements that come upon within this. We were talking about the O and K, I think, before I left. I'm not really sure where you think I should go. No one's speaking. If someone would just say it, I can go back to where they want me to go to if they can take a look on the page. There's a page missing. Here's 1 second. I'm looking for my Odyssey page. Yeah, this is my Odyssey page, I think. Okay. So, yeah. Hey, Odyssey. I don't know who's here. No one ever says a word. Well, not really no one. But let me see. So we're going to finish with this. So 7 and 4. 55. I mean, I don't know where you want me to go. When 50 and 50 come together, right? Forget about the two numbers. If there's a 0, it might also mean it's going to be occupied by a number, and we don't know the number yet. So you can use all numbers, and it only can be one of 9 numbers, but only 6 as a choice. What I'm trying to say is when you're choosing numbers, okay, you can choose of one number where I get 35, okay, and that is one space, and it's one space. I believe it's a mirror, but what I'm going to say, and the reason for this is because of roulette. One block will get you 35. The next one, okay, we're not going to take 0 and 00. Well, I guess I have to now. If we're playing on the 00 board, right, I am going to, I think I had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1. No, I need something else. I need a number that everything will fit. What's a number that everything will fit? This has to be 2 areas. This has to be 3 areas. Let me go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's got to be 4, and this has got to be 5. So I think this has got to be 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be 5 and 5 is 10. So this would be 12. Let me go 12. Okay, let me see. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on a second. Yes, we're going to go back to the other equation, but it builds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we used 6 by 2, and 6 by 2 is the minimum in this size now. So in order to create this equation, okay, of what happens between 0 and 00, in order to get the functionality that comes out in a 9-area space, the 3 by 3 by 3 is the same rotation in roulette. Everything is from games. So, yes, so what seems as a square board is not so square. So this is the way it's going to work. And by the time we get, this is going to be, so what's going to happen now is this area space is 35. The next area space that you would have is a 2-area space. These are 2-area spaces. Those are 2-area spaces. So what happens is the center area space will get 4 times. If a number should come up here, and this number is number 5, right? And the 5 lands in roulette. And this has nothing to do with gambling, but I'm showing you something from many, many, many pieces that we're going to piece together. So you have 4 times what is 17 to 1 equals 68. And I like to say that is the house. I want to know what the tenant, right? Tenant, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70. Is it 78? The gateway heaven. 14 and 14 is 28. 5 and 5 is 10. 20 and 20. You see the way it you like that? The way everything is doubled? 40, 50, 60, 78. So now if we take away everything, it becomes 39, and it's the angel who occupies. Who occupy, right? The occupy is wheat. The occupy is 8, but it still has a head. We have to account for everything that is going on. So in this situation, on to the left, this area over here, although you can put 4 chips, this chip in this position, okay, is going to pay 11 to 1. Each one of these other chips, okay, will pay 17 to 1. It will equal to 51, okay, and then 1 by 11 will equal to what is 11. The total is 62. It's the queen's house, plus the 1, plus the 3 and 1 chip. So you have with the 1 chip and the other 3 chips, making it 66 would be the total amount of chips you would have. 66, 68. In this one over here, there is no wagering. So the most you can get in the 3rd house, and this is number 6, is 3 by 17 equals to 51. Plus, if you made a wager right on this number, you would add 35, you get 86. So if you add 35 here, you get 103, you get Mercury. You get 10-3, you get Jesus Christ. You get 94, you get Jesus Christ and Uranus. Does that mean it's up Uranus? Know the words, know the math. It's in your rotation, 36 and 13. In the cycle of the moon, you add up 1 through 8. It equals to 28. You add up 1 through 7. It equals to 28. You add up 1 through 8. It equals to 36. 54 is the gateway in the sun, in the rotation of the moon, in the rotation of 99. Man, moon, Jupiter, 13, area, space. I'm just saying words that go along with the situation, has to be discussed. So this is the way this setup comes in. I must take just maybe a short, tiny 1-minute break. If you have something you'd like to ask me, where am I going with this? I am creating, let's say, a script, pieces and parts that maybe somebody has been looking for an equation, some way to understand something. I'm sharing my ability to sleuth my way in to everything that exists and show you what I believe has not been a fully, it's a market that has not been fully penetrated, maybe on the outskirts by a very small amount of people, yet there are many people on this planet, as many as you believe or don't believe, but you already, it's been proven that there are many people on this planet that believe there's a creator. There's many more religions that believe in God than that don't believe in God, or God as a higher being, a perfect being that wants only the best for everybody and doesn't have any religion at all, just for the zen of the nation, that you should know what it is to have the senses of the taste, the feeling, to be able to hear vibrations through music, to be able to dance just like the planets dance in the area space, or the zodiac or the oceans move. We are just the extension of many senses that were brought together. And why are we here? I believe that we need to understand that our ultimate Survival is about the unknown, which could be devastating. And if it is devastating, it could be noted to be evil. Because we all want to be good, the word good doesn't exist if we all were just. But there's a polarity to everything and things that we know, so it is what it is. We have created through the knowledge of good, evil. And the chosen ones, people that have chosen to go down this route, have caused much pain and sorrow for all the good ones. The sheep, the wolves, the three little pigs. I'll be back in 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute. I have to check on something. Writing to my son, Mike Golder, for a bite to eat. But I'm writing here. I said, great, should I pick up something? You know, it was so different a couple of years ago. I go out to the market and it's always open. Everybody's happy. Now you walk into a place, it's like, okay, oh, did I wash my hands? Oh my God, what's on the bottom of my feet? Holy, I'm looking at somebody. I find it interesting. So I'm looking and everybody's looking at me and I'm going, whoa. Okay, so I'm making my hot water warm. Am I making my hot water warm? I put on the kettle, put it on. So if you put something on, you divided it up, and it just reminded me of something else I want to talk about. It doesn't stop. The information, there's so much information in between everything that has ever been said or played, every piece of artwork, just if it has a name or a dot or a dash. Talking about dots and dashes. Each one of these are noted, have numbers if you base it off of this. But the only true one noted to be understood is this one over here. This single dot. But the thing is, this 1, 3, and 5, 1, 3, and 5, M and O, like in the word in French to the cycle, M and O, 28 total, M13, O15. I don't even want to get into it. The thing I'm going to tell you, they all have a single dot in the center, right? They're number 1. 1, 3, and 5 work together. They're connected by what is 2 and what is 4. So how does it get divided in 6? What's happening? You see, this dice and this dice are opposite. They are not like, these sides are not like any other sides. For one reason, this one, when the hole is drilled, will go right through the center. It is the only true 7. So if you drill both ways, you have 1, 7 and 6, 7. Here I added the 6. Here I added the 1. 1, 7 and 6, 7. So to your understanding, you see 6. But there's a deeper equation. Does it make sense? In this equation, you see 6 dots, 3 dots to the center. In this equation, I see 1 dot, and I don't see the 6 dots. But at the same time, I already know that there's above and below 2 dots missing. The only true 7 with 2 dots missing. The game. So that would mean that we have a 7, we have a 5, we have a 7, we have a 5. 57, 75. Now, if I turn it this way, and I do it, it's still 57, 75. But when I turn it this way, hold on a second, when I turn it this way, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, right? It's 5, 5, 5, 5. 5, 5, 5, 5. And I turn it that way. 5, 5, 5, 5. 77, Christ, up and down. 6 and 1. 6 and 1, 16, 16, 61. Okay, where was I? I think I was making the coffee hot. Just give me 30 seconds here. Okay, good enough for me. Okay, good enough for me. Let me fix the camera here. Yes, okay, I was showing you this dice. I'm trying to think where I should go next. I think I'm going to go back over here to this. So these are your basic placements. I'm not going to go on to the sides. I'm just going to use these. So now, if I would add in this area space around the center, plus this 35x plus the 1 chip, 11 IP, you know, your IP chip, your IP chippa, you know, chip up address, your address. So this is 11, 20, 36. So you have, even the chip itself says 36. So you have 136. That's your 37. In fact, the game of roulette, right? The French roulette has 37 numbers in it. The reverse 1 to 36 is 37, not counting 0, 00. The 4 chips around, each one is 8 times 4 to 1. So when you're connecting the windows, right? You're connecting the windows. What happens is you get 8 by 4. The ring and the pole, Pluto, equals to 32 chips plus 4 equals to 36. So you're still getting 36 and 36, but with 2 numeric values. And then you have 3 plus 5 equals to 8. 8 plus 4 equals to 12. It's just equations that go with it. So now you have what is 32 plus the 35 equals to 67. And the other one, this one over here, equal to 4 by 68. The other one equal to 68 plus 35 equals to 103, representing Mercury. And Mercury, which you can also look at JC, is also Earth, energy, Mars, matter. 52, 74, 51, 77. 128, 126. Base value 38, base value 36. So we already know in creation, the heavens light. 6 and 8, the house of DC. That's how these dice cubes. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, if I'm talking too quick. With no interruptions, it's hard to gauge. This is also going to say club. This is also going to be gold. This mathematically will also turn into back to the 8 number. 3 times 8 equals to 24, divided house of the cat. 3 plus 8 equals to 11. The total is 35. Creation in the E world. This is 11 craps, right? 11 craps. Yes, 11 any craps. Hold on a second. Any craps. Right. C3, 5, 11. They say this when they're playing the game. The numeric value is 63, 21, 30, 46. 46 can also be noted as 23 or 11.5, but I don't want to go there by taking away dice cubes. Just like when you die, 18, When you die, 18. And there was a numeric value thing I had here before, 432, I think it was. 1 second, where was that 432? Here, 342, 3 minutes, 42 seconds. This is also part of a derivative of our vibration to the gateway in creation, where 222 fits in. 8 times 222 is 1776. So I know there's something inside of there, and this is a 4 and this is an 8. So right away I'm going back to anything that's related to 4 and 8. And I know that it's 2 to 1, right? Or I know it's 1 to 2. So I can just go either to 1/2. And if you go to 1/2, right? If you go to 1/2, right, it's also related to 5, and 5 is related to Jupiter. And Jupiter reflects 99 because that's its numeric value. And being Jupiter as 99, the 5 reflects the 9 as 23. WW 2332. So earlier on, I was trying to show where we got. I think I finished with this. This is part of the betting pattern roulette, and this is the house we're in, House of DC. Divide this by 2, it's 43. House of DC. The House of DC, HF, LJ, 7, 14, sorry, LI, 21, GNU. The total, 42. The gateway. 3 levels. Now, I went up by 3, so these are the 3 levels, but the real house that each one lives with is CLU, equals to a total of 3 plus 12 plus 21. And you have to play them out of order, never use all the letters. And if you do, it's going to create a painted story, more or less. 36, it's 33 plus 3. This was created last. Where was this created from? $15. 1 plus 5, 1 times 5, 6 and 5, 11. I stopped it right there. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1, 2 and 1 equals to 3. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2. A, B out of what was K. B plus A equaling to C. B times A equals to B, but we're going to use the plus house, and we go with C. So that is your basic creation. Your basic creation is, here's your first equation into this equation, and then this equation turns into this equation. And this equation is 3, 2. Is it 2, 3, or 3, 2, or is it 3, 2, and 2, 3? 2, 6, 2, 3, 4, 3. And this is the 7th gate in multiplication. That's the answer to a few questions. 7 times 7 times 7 plus 7, 7, 7, 21, 364, which equals to 13 times 7 times 4. 91 times 4, and there are 4 suits in the deck of cards, and there are 13 cards in a suit, equaling to 52 cards, times 7 equals to 364. 5 and 2 equals to 7, so we can equate this to the short number of 77, or we can do it to the long number, which equals to 70 and 17, 87, and this one will be 63 is 49 and 14. These are the two sides of this equation. 262, which is going to equal to 2020. And this is the rotation we're in. 12 and 8, 12 and 8, 2020. It's going to say. This is the gateway. This is the student. This is Earth's heart. This is the king, the 13th card in the deck. Is it the king or the queen? Sometimes, sorry, the ace. Sometimes the ace moves into the 13th position when you go to the royal flush. The royal flush or a high straight, but it's a high straight. Or GHT is where the high straight is 10, Jack, Queen, King, Ace, where this card moves into the 14th position. Does the King remain into the 13th position? Or does the King get pushed down into the Queen position where the Ace, which divides everything, comes into the King's position? The 10 is not even a letter. So wouldn't you say it would be T, J, Q, K, A in some decks? So that would be 20 and 10, 17 and 11 and 1 equals to 30 equals to 29. So that royal flush is equal to 59. And you can have three of them is 177, and you can have a fourth one. 3 by 9, 27 to okay, and you can have the fourth one is 59, 16 and 1, 1, 6, 7, 13 and 1, 236. I have no idea what that says, but anyways. 1.5 times and 2 times. I don't know. So where was I? Yes. So I came to here. So in here, C comes right over here. Now, how can we create 2? One of the ways to create 2 is with number 20. We can do it from the high side at 28. 28 will be 16 and 10 will become 26, which will become 12, and 8 will become 20. So I found out how to reduce into 2. There's other ways to reduce into 2. I'm trying to find out where our numbers take position. So in order to get to this position, it's first started by number 15, the 15th letter O, which turned into 6 and 5 equals to 11. The letter K, which turned into 1 and 2 is 3. Now, are there any other ones? Should we go to the number 14? Because the number 14 will equal to 4 and 5 equaling to 9. And the 13 will equal to 3 and 4 equals to 7. And 12 will equal to 2 and 1 equaling to 5. And 11 will equal to, this will equal to 2 and 3 equaling to 5. And this will equal to 1 and 2 equaling to 3. Now, I don't know all ways to go, but I know 22 will equal to 4 and 4 as well. Well, sorry, Jesus, Murphy, what's going on? This guy upstairs keeps dragging his, so 2 times 2 plus 4, okay, equals to what is 8. The other way to do that is with 88 will equal to 64 and 16 equals to 80, which equals to 8, but it's a 2 level. So how else can we do this? Okay, where do we get, so now we have 8. How do we get 6? 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, 19, 18, hold on, 10, 11, 22, 33. Oh, here, 33 equals to 6 and 9 equaling to 15 equaling to 6. I'm not sure if that's the way to do it or if there's another way to do it. Now, what about equaling to 4? What about equaling to 4? What equals to 4? What equals to 4? Oh, yes, there's also 85, which equals to 40 and 13. 40 and 13 equals to 53, equals to 8. So I have to understand how I get all my numbers to be the singularity, because I believe all the singularity came from two numbers, 2 and 1, creating three numbers, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to get a drink in the fridge. I just had a big visitor. Big visitor. Big visitor. You want to say anything to anybody? I'm going to get a drink. Keep an eye on her. I'm going to get us for cannoli. 10 people watching, nobody says a word, so I know it must be robots. Or somebody sitting behind their desk. Gathering knowledge. Someone else's point of view. Lots of papers. Lots of papers. I got to put a lot of them away. So I want to get back to the roulette for a second. What I was explaining in the betting patterns is that here is a window, as I mentioned, right? And a window gets connected to another window. The windows are all Mars. The separation between levels, I don't know what they are, but I can tell you that the center is full rotation of the the numbers they use for the Mayans. 2 and did I get that right? 2 and 5 equals to 7. 5 and 8 equals to 13. 2 and 8 equals to 1. And the reason I say this is because the Mayan clock or whatever moves in this kind of rotation. At the same time, it brings me into the cycle that we run right over here. 3 plus 1, 4. 3 plus 1, 4. 7 and 1. It runs in DC right over here. It runs 7 and 13. 1 times 3, 1 plus 4. 4 and 9, 13. 7, 6, 7, 6, 13. And everything works, it seems like, with sixes, 6 parts of something. 6 out of 9. So I just wanted to bring that up, how about these corners. And now when you're playing with, where's the other ones? Here's the inside. Okay, and when you're playing with the inside, the 17 to ones, the dice cube has now been turned that way. Excuse me. One of the reasons for the squares is the rectangular shape in roulette is because I believe there's at least 2 cubes, if not 3 cubes. Right? 2 playing at a time, 3 playing at a time. 1 cube goes that way, 1 cube goes this way. It even shows it to you in the artwork on the floor. That's why I'm interested in getting someone to buy this building. Okay, before I make an offer, but I'm going back to court because I found very pertinent information to help stop it. And then I'm going to turn around and ask for Anyways, not going to get into that. So anyways, don't want to talk about that anymore. I was talking about the royal flush and how all these numbers total to 59 in a single suit when we go 10 jack all the way through the ace. And not only that, the numbers that go with this, these are the numbers that go with each one. So the order of this straight is actually 3, 7, 8, 5, 9. Now, if we want to go 0, 9, should we make another pushover or just leave it as it is? What does it mean? It means something for me. I don't know if it means something for you. Silver matrix, born into the silver matrix. The heavens connected over here. Everything through number 8. Female and male pass through the heavens, which is between your creation and the birth. I would see it something like that, because the end result is the birth. Does it matter which way you got the royal flush? Should it be going this way or that way? And then if we were counting, it'd be 50, 112, 120. Oh, did I make a mistake? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be 14. This would be 10. It'd be 12, 14, and 8. That would be funny. 12, 4, hold on a second. 12, 12, 3, 9, 12, 7, 5, 12. 12, 3, 3, 3, 8, 3, 3, 3, 3, 8, 3, 3, 8, 3, 3, 6, 8, 6 into the house. Now I can continue with this and then mark it out as 48 and 14 equaling to 62, and then 48 and 14 equaling to 62. And this will equal to 12 and 8, and this will equal to 12 and 8. By the way, there's only 2 ways we can look at these dice. One of them is either this way. The other one is this way. You only can see 5 numbers. So here you don't see the 5 or the 1. And here you don't see the 6 because the 6 is down. And here the 6 is up. And it's up with the 2 because your basic creation is 1 and 2. So in your creation of 1 and 2, 7 and 8 are void, equals to 15 or the letter O. And that's what everything goes with, the letter O. There is no heaven because you're not all of you here. You cannot be the sky. You are within the light of the sky. The spirit is within you. So this is going to equal to what is 20 and what is 20. And then this is equal to the 2, and this is equal to the 2. The word ape. And then a whole new equation from this will equal to 44, will equal to 24, 14. Then it's going to equal to 9. So it'll be 8, 6, 5, 9. 8 and 6, 14, 5 and 9, 14. There's a whole thing inside of that. I don't want to get into that because I'm not sure where to go. Without any questions, I just feel like I'm a little bit all over the place. So I'm going to fill in on a couple of things. I was talking about number 1. Number 1 is in the 5th position. 5 and 1 equals to 6, so relevant to what it is. Although this is valued at 10. The reason it's valued at 10 is because this entire area space of 9 numbers, if you add each one up, it equals to a total of 45. Okay, it equals to a total of 45. 1 through 9 equals to 45. If I show you the 1 dot, okay, value is 5. That means 8 dot equals to 40. 8 times 5 equals to 40. 1 dot, okay, the dot equals to 5. The word dot equals to 39, so now everything with number 39 will equal to number 5. One number, okay, but I'm just looking at it in a global. So just to show you, because the average of 45 in 9 numbers equals to what? The average in 45 in 9 numbers equals to a total of 5. 45 divided by 9. But in builder's school, although most plywoods and the 2x4s, a 2x4 would be linear, and then a plywood would be rectangular, and then really you'd have to cut a plywood in half to get a square. So I'm not sure if I want to work in that realm or right now just work in squares. Okay, I don't want to work into how we're working with our lumber yet. So in this scenario, if I was doing measurements, I would be measuring the outsides. So I measure 1 and 3 and 7 and 9, and that equals to 20. It equals to 20, okay? 20 divided by what is 45 equals 2. 45 divided by 20 equals 2.25. So the value for each one of these corners is 2.25. Is that, did I get that right? Yes, it's 2.25. Did I get that right? 20 equals to 45. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got that right. No. 45 divided by 4 equals to 11.25. Well, 1 and 1 is 2. 11.25. I was basing this on 10. 10 is 20. You know, 10 because it's a crisscross 10, 10. Is it a total of 10? Anyways, whatever it is, it's 11.25. That's that answer. So each one of these is 11.25. Can we say 7 come 11? Nah. Can we say 7 and 2? That is the dividing gates. 7 and 2. 7 and 2 is right here. It is the color red. There's so many other things that go with it, but there's got to be questions, and I just don't want to try and force my point that this has 7 voids. And in that 7 voids, right, the average real value is 35 and 10. Electric company coming into this. So the reason for that is each one of these dots is 5. And if you see 5 dots, every area space is just like the calculator. It's 9. When you add up, if we were taking each one of these for individuality, right, and inside of each one of these, they were whole numbers, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, all the way to 1, okay, that would make this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, understanding a different concept. The wolf, I'm not going to use wolves, V-E-S. See, now I'm going to just take this word in its own. 23 and 27 is 50. 22, 27, 37, 46, 96 for wolves, what was once 56, because now it's a wolf pack. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 31, also representing the cube. Also something that will connect to what is AC of power, something to do with the moon because of the math that will go with this. 31, 13, 31, 13, 31, 13 also connects to what is the word man. The 169th moon, I'm a little bit tired. I have a shower to take. Ask your questions now. Did I not finish something? Let me look back at this. Is something missing? Is something missing? Did I not do something? 18 and 10, 28 and 8, 36. The word hair is 36. The right at the beginning, I talked about backgammon. I talked about the letter K, which will create the letter C. And is it something that I see, or is it the wave in the sea? Or is it the crowd that's creating the wave? And if there's a crowd, or if they're creating the wave, does a wave go through the bleachers of the White House, taking up one part of the outfield to where the ball arrives, and that is when it's a home run. Also to what is on and what is off. On-off switch, if you want to look at this way. Before I end this video, I'm just throwing out a whole bunch of stuff. The on-off switch, and I did this earlier. It looks like that. I put it here when you connect it. I say New Zealand. 4040 from 2020, the on-off switch. It also creates the N and the Z, which is 40/40 or 52/28, which creates center C in the piano. 24 keys from one side. Actually, it's 23 keys to one side, 28 to the other. And there's no key, there's only one key in between, the 24th key, the gateway, 9 lives of the cat, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. And we are there right now. 84, 44, 24. We have arrived. 84 years since 1938. The cubes have made 21 years since September 11, 2001. 2001 was the first year ending that a child could have been born into the last 3 months. Conceiving conception in the year 2000. If you need to write me, if you want to know my email, look me up, find me. I can leave it to you here. I am also on the same name on Facebook under Art and my name, Mr. Tackpans. And just know the goodness of all our hearts. The new world is coming. The new world is coming. Because I don't have all the answers to all the numbers, if I can create that program and share it and teach everyone how to use it, we will be able to wake ourselves up for a better understanding of whether or not what we hear is true or false on our own knowing, because of the math, because of the geometric shapes that tell us stop, that is in red. Should it be in green? Because after I stop, it's an automatic go. So is the stop sign telling me to go? Or is what the stop sign in law is telling me to do, other than the law of what the definition of the word stop is? You can stop for one reason, for the safety of everybody. But if you're not in safety and you see a stop sign, then do I recommend you not stopping? That's not me. That's you. But if you see it's safer to stop than not to stop, then you should stop. Raphael 70, 286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Always 3, then go.